What did the affair give you that your marriage didn't? Everything. My marriage was based on me being sick and my husband being in control of our life together. It sounds simplistic, but that is the point it got to. I would try to reason with him, and he would shut me out or be derisive. I was hurt, but also confused. I was trying to improve my life, and I wanted him to be a part of it. For instance, his dismissal of my dreams of going to Africa or focusing on my photography hurt me deeply. I felt ashamed and then resentful. It was almost the polar opposite of what I experienced in my affair. How did you keep it from your husband? My husband was always very involved in his work, and that hadn't changed. He had said he would deal with me again when I was done trying to be someone I wasn't. At this point, we were just going through the motions. I was still very careful and discreet. I didn't like the sneaking around. It made me so uncomfortable. How did this end? 3 months into my affair, I left my husband. I got my own place and was finally able to be open about my new relationship. I never missed my ex-husband or my old life. My health was certainly not perfect, but it was improving, and I was finally free to be myself without a constant judge and jury. That alone was an amazing change. However, I wanted to be incorporated into my boyfriend's life in ways that I hadn't been before, and that was difficult for him. He said he had trouble trusting that he was anything other than a fling to me, and he held me at arm's length to avoid the possibility of getting hurt. Now that I've known him for years, I can see that this is an issue for him. No matter how hard I tried to show him how much he meant to me, he just couldn't let this guard down. I had never felt so misunderstood, and I wondered if he was even capable of loving me the way I loved him. Over the next year, we had some amazing times, but we were also always testing each other. Looking back, we agreed that if we had met in a different way, things could have worked out. That doesn't change the fact that we were pivotal in each other's lives. We stayed dear friends. And so we know the connection is real. Great love comes in many forms. Ours didn't end the way I thought it would, but that doesn't take away from its import. The unavoidable truth is that I am a better person for having loved him, and I'm honored to say he feels the same way about me. What advice would you give to someone who is unhappy in their marriage and considering an affair? It can be such a difficult and complex situation, but here are some truths I took away from my experience. 1. Have an affair with yourself first. This doesn't mean you should be self-obsessed. It means you deserve your own love and respect as much as anyone else in your life. That way, you will find out who you are and what you want. If I had committed to being well enough to be myself in the first place, maybe I never would have gotten married at all. 2. I believe this with every fiber of my being. You can control your actions, but you cannot control who you love. 3. Be brave. Sometimes you just need to jump. If you are in a relationship and the one walks into your life, be willing to cut ties and pursue it outright. My affair was my hesitation to set my old life on fire and begin anew. I knew what I wanted that night in the dark room. I should have acted then. True love doesn't happen every day. This isn't to say that we all only have one great love, because I don't think that's true. But if you know in your gut you are meant to be with someone, be willing to soul search honestly and end one story before you begin another.